Have you ever cared so much for others that you forgot you exist? Have you ever helped everyone around you, but when you needed someone, no one came? If yes, then this story will feel painfully familiar, because this is the story of a man who gave everything, until one day his heart finally whispered, "What about me?" And that whisper changed his life forever. In a quiet little village surrounded by calm fields lived a man named Ethan. He wasn't rich, and he wasn't famous, but he had a heart bigger than the whole village. If someone's sheep ran away, Ethan searched all night. If a roof leaked, he fixed it. If someone was hungry, he shared his food, even if he barely had enough for himself. People often said, "Ethan is the soul of this village." But no one ever asked how the soul himself was doing. Ethan spent his mornings carrying water to old Mrs. Rowan before he even ate breakfast. Then he fixed his neighbor's broken fence. After that, he worked in the fields until the sky turned orange. But when he finally stepped into his own house, it looked exactly like how he felt inside, tired and ignored. The roof sagged, the walls cracked, dust everywhere. He always told himself, "I'll fix it tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. One evening, a young boy came running to him. "Ethan, my father's ox fell into a ditch. Please help." Without a second thought, Ethan rushed over. He pushed, he pulled, he used every bit of strength he had until the ox was safe. Everyone clapped. Everyone praised him. But that night, on his walk home, the world suddenly spun. His legs shook. His chest felt heavy. And the moment he reached his door, he collapsed. Ethan lay weak on his floor. He kept waiting for a knock. Maybe Mrs. Rowan. Maybe his neighbors. Maybe someone he had once helped. But no one came. Everyone simply assumed he must be busy helping someone else. They had no idea the helper finally needed help. Ethan stared at his cracked roof and whispered, "I gave my heart to everyone, but nobody is here when I need them." Tears fell down his face. On the third day, a traveling monk passed through the village. He found Ethan lying weak at his doorstep. The monk gave him water, held his hand, and asked gently, "Why are you all alone?" Ethan gave a tired smile. "Because I was so busy fixing everyone else's world, I forgot to take care of my own." The monk nodded and said words that cut straight into Ethan's soul. "My child, you cannot light someone else's path if your own flame has died out. You cannot pour water for others when your own cup is empty." Something in Ethan shifted that day. The next morning, he stood up slowly. His body felt weak, but his mind felt clear for the first time in years. And for the first time ever, he chose himself. He cleaned his home, repaired his roof, painted his walls, planted flowers outside his door. Every evening, he sat by the river, watching the sunset, something he never allowed himself to enjoy before. People noticed and began whispering, "Ethan has changed. He doesn't help like he used to." But Ethan simply smiled and said, "I'm still helping. I'm just starting with myself." Days passed, and Ethan began to glow. His eyes were brighter, his steps lighter, his heart finally full. Now, when someone asked for help, he didn't always say yes. Sometimes he said, "Let me finish my own work first." At first, people didn't understand. But slowly, they saw the truth. Ethan wasn't less kind. He was healthier, happier, and stronger than ever. His balance taught the entire village a quiet lesson. Helping others is beautiful, but losing yourself is not. One evening, Mrs. Rowan visited him. She smiled and said, "You taught us something important, Ethan. We used to think love meant giving everything away. But now we understand. We must care for ourselves too." Ethan replied softly, "When you love yourself first, your love for others becomes real." The whole village slowly began to change. People helped each other, but they also cared for their own homes, their own hearts, their own peace. The village became calmer, kinder, and brighter. One sunset, Ethan sat by the river, the golden light dancing on the water. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Loving yourself isn't selfish. It's the beginning of real love. Remember this. You cannot help others when your own heart is empty. You cannot love anyone deeply if you refuse to love yourself. Rest, heal, protect your peace, because the world needs your light, not your exhaustion." If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who gives too much, and subscribe to Alevra, where every story helps you grow your English and your soul.